According to the Ghana Statistical Service, there is a troubling number of 1 million children between the ages of 4 and 18 who are currently unable to attend school. This concerning situation is primarily due to the insufficient availability of public basic schools. During a recent press briefing on June 15, various civil society organizations in the education sector, such as the Star Ghana Foundation, Africa Education Watch, and the Ghana National Association of Teachers, highlighted this issue. The press briefing served as a platform for these civil societies to express their deep concerns about the state of education in Ghana. They specifically addressed issues such as the lack of textbooks and infrastructure, the politicization of teacher recruitment, and the non-payment of utility bills in basic schools. Joyce Lanyo, the spokesperson for the civil societies, stressed the urgent need for an increase in the budget allocation to public basic schools. She proposed a significant increment of 15% to enhance the overall quality of education provided in these schools.
Increase the budgetary allocation to education from the current 12% to at least 15% of the total national budget using the supplementary budget window, and prioritize the disbursement of allocated discretionary education budget to increase the low budget execution to at least 100% by the end of the current financial year. The anticipated budgetary increment in the above, which amounts to over 4.3 billion, should be, as a matter of urgency and necessity, be allocated to augment the hugely underfunded basic education goods and services budgets and construct about 5,000 schools existing under trees, sheds, and dilapidated structures.
Joyce Lanyo also criticized the government's proposal to allocate only 1 Ghana cedi 20 pesos per child under the school feeding program.
The recently proposed increase in budgetary allocation to the Ghana school feeding program from 0.97 pesos to 1 cedi 20 pesos is unrealistic and cannot provide lunch for pupils at a time senior high school who receives a budget of 3 cedis per pupil for lunch are even complaining about inadequate feeding budgets. This is greater concern about the medium-term expenditure projections of the Ministry of Finance, and to cut the Ghana school feeding budget by 25% in 2025. This is equally unacceptable, as many poor children may drop out of school.
The Executive Director for Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asari, expressed his dissatisfaction with the government's deliberate lack of investment in public schools.
Government expenditure towards basic education keeps declining. 7 years ago or 8 years ago, about 30% of the pre-tertiary discretionary budget was going to basic education, and secondary education was getting 70%. Today, basic education is struggling to get 10% of the pre-tertiary discretionary budget. And so government must revise its strategy. Government must begin to look at basic education and fund it not from the angle of a token, but rather see it as a priority, just as it has accorded same to secondary schools.